You don't wake up one morning and destroy your life. That's not how it happens. It happens quietly, slowly, almost gently. It happens every time you say a simple sentence. I'll start tomorrow. And the strange part is, it doesn't feel dangerous when you say it. It feels reasonable, even mature. Tomorrow sounds like responsibility, like planning, like control. But what if tomorrow isn't hope? What if tomorrow is the reason you never begin? Take a moment. Think about the promises you made to yourself. Not the ones you told people about, the private ones, the honest ones, the ones whispered late at night. You said you'd change. You said you'd start. You said you wouldn't waste your life. And yet, you're still standing at the same place, not because you're lazy, not because you don't care, but because something invisible keeps stopping you. You never start because starting is heavier than failing. Failure hurts once, but starting threatens who you think you are. As long as you don't begin, your dream stays perfect, untouched, unproven. The moment you start, it becomes real. And real things can fail. Real things can disappoint. Real things can expose you. So your mind protects you. It says, not today, tomorrow. And you listen, because tomorrow feels safe. Tomorrow doesn't demand courage. Tomorrow doesn't ask for discipline. Tomorrow lets you stay comfortable. Tomorrow allows you to feel like you're moving forward without actually moving. That's the trap. You don't feel stuck. You feel like you're preparing. You don't feel like a quitter. You feel like a planner. Days pass. Weeks pass. You consume motivation. You save ideas. You imagine a future version of yourself who finally gets it right. But imagination replaces action, and imagination is painless. Here's the truth most people never hear. Your brain loves tomorrow because tomorrow removes responsibility from today. The moment you say, I'll do it tomorrow, your brain relaxes. Stress reduces. Guilt softens. You get emotional relief without effort. And your brain learns something dangerous. It learns that saying the words is enough. That intention feels like progress. That thinking counts as doing. So tomorrow becomes a habit. And slowly, you stop trusting yourself. Every broken promise to yourself takes something away. Not motivation, self-respect. You don't notice it immediately, but one day, you feel tired in a way sleep can't fix. You're exhausted from carrying the weight of everything you never started. You know what to do. You just don't do it. And that gap between knowing and doing, that's where anxiety lives. That's where shame grows. At night, the noise gets louder. You distract yourself. You stay busy. You scroll. But the voice returns. You're wasting time. You argue with it. I just need motivation. I need the right moment. I'll start when life slows down. Life never slows down. There is no perfect season that invites you to begin. There is only now. And now is uncomfortable. Now exposes you. Now forces you to face the possibility that you might struggle. So you wait. You wait for confidence. But confidence is built after action, not before. You wait for clarity. But clarity comes from movement. You wait for motivation. But motivation comes from momentum. Without realizing it, you're waiting for permission. Permission to fail. Permission to be imperfect. Permission to be a beginner. No one gives you that permission. So you never start. And the most painful part? You don't stop wanting the dream. You carry it with you. When you see others succeed, something tightens inside your chest. You tell yourself you're happy for them, and part of you is. But another part whispers, that could have been me. That voice hurts. So you push it away. You say, my time will come. But time doesn't come. It leaves. One day, something small breaks you. Not a tragedy, not a disaster, just a moment. Maybe your age, maybe a missed opportunity, maybe realizing how long you've been saying, soon. And suddenly, tomorrow doesn't feel comforting anymore. It feels dangerous. Because you see it clearly now. Tomorrow has no loyalty to you. Tomorrow owes you nothing. Tomorrow is just a word you've been hiding behind. And the realization hits. You weren't afraid of failing. You were afraid of discovering who you are if you actually try. Because trying changes things. Trying removes excuses. Trying demands consistency. And consistency is uncomfortable. So you stayed still. Not because you couldn't move, but because staying the same felt safer than becoming someone new. Here's where things shift. You don't need a new life. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need motivation. You need honesty. You need to admit that tomorrow has been your favorite escape. Not because you're weak, but because you're human. Humans avoid discomfort. Starting hurts. It humbles you. It reminds you that progress is slow. So the solution isn't pressure. It's smaller. You stop asking, how do I change everything? And instead ask, what is the smallest action I can take today without negotiating with myself? Not tomorrow, today. Not perfectly, messily. Because the first step isn't about success. It's about identity. The moment you act, even imperfectly, you stop being someone who plans to change. You become someone who moves. Your brain learns a new lesson. That discomfort is survivable. That action matters more than intention. That you don't need to feel ready. You just need to begin. Slowly, quietly. Self-trust returns. Not as confidence, as proof. You did what you said you would. And that changes everything. Because the real reason you never started wasn't fear of failure. It was fear of keeping a promise to yourself. And now, you're not waiting. You're not announcing. You're not imagining. You're doing. Today.